Probably thinking, what am I doing here? I'm cleaning out my carburetor. Why? The engine got swept away in the ocean. I'm gonna get to that. It's a good story. So, the story starts when I decided to come to Tarrafal de Santiago, which is here, with the ambition to go to Senegal. Well, me and Johnny got in touch and he decided to come with me. So, flew in from Belgium and we decided to go. Well, before we went, we stayed here a few days waiting for a good weather window and get a little bit of the feel of the town. And we did. There we met a cool couple girls.
Quelle qual est? Oh, ça a tombé. T'as la tout dit ou sauf fin de semaine?
And one of these girls is really cool, man, and just absolutely stunning, beautiful, as usual. I think I'm like falling for it, falling for her.
The beauty of the women here, that's the trouble of Cabo Verde.
So eventually, we went to Senegal, and we had fueled up with everything, you know, food, water, etc., and start getting up there, and it's about a quarter of the way out, and there's just no wind. We were able to see the forecast on our phones before we left land, and we were like, we're screwed. We're gonna have to motor for like 2 or 3 days in order to get there. We're motoring a bit, and then I hear the sound of my engine at this moment. It's going. What is it? Turns out we're almost out of oil. And one thing I forgot to buy before I left was extra oil. We got diesel, but we forgot oil, motor oil, simple motor oil. As well, we forgot gasoline for the dinghy. So we didn't think we were gonna need some, but it turns out we did need some for the generator. Because if we couldn't run the motor, we couldn't generate any power for the batteries. Therefore, we would have no autopilot, and it would suck. So we decided to turn around. Well, the problem was about the oil is that I only had like half a liter. So Jenny said, "What else do you have for oil?" I'm like, "I got like transmission oil." It's like, "Put it in there." I'm like, "But that's different." It's like, "It's oil. Put it in there." We were ready to put cocoa oil if we had to. So we put that in there. And the engine starts, it doesn't make the noise anymore, it's going well, and we're looking at the fuel, which is just enough fuel. We had an extra 10 liters down here and stuff, and we start heading back, and we're heading back, and it's hard. We're heading against the wind, we get near Fogo to get down leeward of the island there, so we can go across, you know. There's a certain way to approach these islands when you're going upwind, like Cape Verdeans do.
How do Cape Verdeans do it? Simple. Hug the coast, stay out of the wind and waves. Of course you're using the motor. I keep the mainsail hoisted and tag back and forth to keep the wind angle at 30 to 40 degrees. If there's a problem with the engine, I can always sail free from the coast. Anyways, I sure to hell hope so. As you can see here, there's little to no wind leeward of the island. We had cell phone coverage, so we had an indication of what the wind was and will be doing. I say indication because that is virtual reality, and the real reality is out here. And see the white caps in the distance? It's friggin' blowing out there. Anyhow, you follow the coast as long as you can until the wind and waves come at you. Then, well, you just go for it.
So after experiencing several problems on our way to Dakar, thinking we're going to Dakar, then thinking we're going back to Saint Vincent, things went down, things weren't working out. We ended up being at sea way too long, and we made our way back up to Cape Verde, near Fogo, and that's where we are right now. And we're trying to get away from the Venturi effect to get across this canal from Fogo Island to Santiago Island. And it is windy, man. Barely moving, barely have any sails up, but think once we get away from the island, it'll stabilize a bit. But that's what it looks like out here, man. Check it out.
From pure calm to 25 plus knots. Welcome to Cabo Verde, Cunho de Bomai.
That was close. I almost got drenched, partially drenched. You guys almost got drenched. Wow. The adventure, man. This is the adventure.
Yes, there was. But eventually conditions did settle, and we made it across to Santiago Island and hugged the other coast all the way to Tarrafal very late into the night.
Finally get back in the middle of the night, set anchor. Next day, we decide to go to land. And it's kind of tricky there on the beach. You gotta be careful. Get out there just before I get to the beach. Boom, my motor just stops for no reason. My outboard. So, we find some guys who are on the beach and they're trying to fix it. They're really cool, doing everything they can, but it just won't start, you know? We don't know what's going on. So finally, some guys there said, listen, there's a good mechanic here. Let's take it to him. It'll be done tomorrow. Tomorrow was a Sunday, so it was like, yeah. Anyways, Monday, it's 5 o'clock at night. We went over there. Check this out. He had it going. The guy's name, Amilcar. An old dude in his 70s. Used to be an airplane engine mechanic. Amazing. When this kind of stuff happens, I have faith in humanity. You're good to people, people are good to you. It cost us only 5,000 escudos, which is about $50, 50 euros more or less. So, we're like happy because we had to meet our friends who were coming back to visit because they were all happy that we came back. Because when we left, and it was kind of sad to see it's gonna go, you know? So we saw each other for a drink on a Friday night, had some dinner, and then we organized a little get-together on Galopin, some food, some drinks, and we picked them up at the beach. So we're all happy. The girls come down, meet us at the beach, and they look just stunning, they're all happy. Like, okay, be careful, because the tide was high, and there was some decent swell, man. But every once in a while, it's like nothing, and you're like, yeah, it's nothing. So we get in there, we're getting there, start pushing it. Johnny's like jumping in first. The second girl gets in, get in. She's not getting in, and all of a sudden, this big wave, it went over the dinghy, and then turned it, flipped it over, floom, motor went flying off. It was just like floating away on the beach, and I fucking grabbed it, cut my knee on, you know, I grabbed it, I was like, oh no, the fucking motor, no, the motor. Put it up on the beach, fishing boat there, and all this stuff is wet. I had sand in all my pockets, in my mouth, and my ass, everywhere. It was like being tackled by Lawrence Taylor, for Christ's sake. I'm like, oh no, and poor girls with their mobiles, you know, they're so precious to them. But the girls were just laughing. I felt so bad. I thought they were gonna turn around and say, oh no, this sucks, Alex, we're going home. You know, mobiles are all wet, we're all wet, all salty and sandy. No, they just laughed. And so the girl just said, all right, listen, we'll pick you up over there at the Caixa. You know, there's a little jetty there where there's a little place where they can hop on. It's easier on the beach. So we went to pick them up. Another part of the story is that I've been rowing with one oar, like an Indian, like this, like a canoe, because I only have one oar, all the way over there. It's a long ways. Yeah, but I'll tell you something. If I did this every day, I'd be freaking buff, man. I'd be like, check this out. We get all the way here. We're completely soaked. Soaked. Look, these are all the clothes that are hanging here. Try to save our phones. Well, luckily, the girls' phones didn't get damaged. Neither did Jenny's. Mine's, it didn't turn on or it didn't turn off. And anyways, and we go in and make some food, turn on the music, and we start dancing. ended up having an amazing night, just so much fun.
This is what my Living Adventure series is all about. It's not scripted. Unexpected things happen. I meet Denise, who is
Learning languages and wants to be a tour guide around the island. So I told her I want to come back, tour the island with her, be our special tour guide. And I can help her with English and French because she wants to learn and be better at those two languages because they're absolutely necessary here if you're going to do any kind of tourism stuff.
And there are opportunities here for tourism. This island and its people are spectacular.
This brings me to this. Yep, that's my lovely little carburetor, which I've taken apart a million times. And turns out there's sand in there. There was water. Float here, I can see little pieces of sand. Just put my glasses on. Hopefully I'll get this back together. It'll start up. We want to go back to Mindelo today, this afternoon if possible, but I don't want to. Anyways, I gotta go back there. Gianni's gotta go back there. But I think I'm gonna sprint back here because I think I got something good going on here. And I've got a good idea to do a really nice tour of this island. I like this island. I think it's fascinating, stunning, it's huge, and the whole Baju culture is different. You know, there's more of an African vibe here than in Mindelo, and I haven't really dug in here. And now that I've met somebody that's cool, and she's also teaching me to dance, man.
I've got to come back here. I mean, look at this place. Oh my God. Thank you, Tarrafal, Amilcar, Isabel, Beto Rasta, Jair, Rosie, and of course, Denise. We'll be back, se Deus quiser. Hey, it was great to have you aboard on this voyage. If you enjoyed your trip, leave a like and subscribe. You'll help us navigate better. We promise you a good time every Wednesday. So welcome aboard, man.